New blues album, young fashioned ways. Not old, young fashioned ways.
Yeah.
What is up with this resurgence in country and blues that's really taking people by storm?
Well, I think I'm old and he's young, and I think that itself take people by storm because I don't think people realize that we both from Louisiana, and sometimes the age don't mean anything, but other you getting old and ugly. But Kenneth is young and he's still he's very talented, and he only, and I don't use this for because he think old. That don't mean he old, but he thinks in a way he thinks he got an old soul, and he likes the old traditional stuff, the way it's played, and the people who do it, and he give respect to where it come from me, from Muddy Water and Hollow Wolf, all the guys. I'm speaking about some of the older guys in the blues. Then he like the rock guys and the Jimi Hendrix. And then God, man, this guy wears a lot of hats, man. You know, I wish I would like that. I know about the blues and the funk and the little jazz. Beyond that, I had no bearing on. I had no knowledge of anything else. He been around a lot of different kind of culture or music, so he got a big hat he wears, and that makes him be a bigger man in music than I am. Although he's young, so Young Fashion Ways is a good title for two of us to be together, and I appreciate him highly for what he done, and what he planned to do.
Oh, Kenny, do you got anything to say about that?
Well, I think, one of the cool things, you mentioned a resurgence in, blues music and country music and stuff like that. I think right now people are looking for real music, because, the pop stuff has just become so overly saturated, it all starting to sound the same. So I think people are looking for real music, and this is as real as it gets, And you got one of the originators of blues music in Bobby Rush, and me and my love and appreciation for blues. And, I'm more of a contemporary blues artist, blues rock, whatever, however you want to label it. But, bringing those two worlds together and to make this record, I think is very something special.
Either one.
Well, I want to add something to that, but so Kenneth knows this, I know he's been modest about what he do and what he have done. But even though he may have some rock sound, he may be doing some Jimi Hendrix thing, some funk stuff, but overall, it's about the music. He's about the music, man. It's live music, and he brings good music to the table, and that's what matters, man. It doesn't matter what form or fashion or how you approach it. It's good music, and he do it well. I often tell young men, be good at what you do. And that's what I strive to do. You may not like a Bobby Rush or Kenny, but you can come to see our show and say, damn, I don't like them, but damn, they're good. That's all what matters.
We're in the age, everything got synthesized in the 80s, and then everything got, sampled in the 90s. What is it about a real guitar, drums, vocals in the studio that it will stand the test of time?
Everything.
This is timeless music, I mean, it is. I mean, the blues genre has been around for over 100 years. And, so as long as you put, good music out, and it's this kind of music, then it's really going to stand the test. It's timeless. It's, people are going to be listening to it 30, 40, 50 years from now, which is the same thing that we're doing when we listen to Robert Johnson, Muddy Waters, Howlin' Wolf, all those guys. Their music is decades old, and we're still enjoying it today because it's timeless.
Kenny,
I guess we both let me say we both have what we love, because I never talked about that too much. But the song that turned me on, other than the blues, most anything, was a song that a gentleman had. I called "You Get the Hook and I Get the Pole, Babe." You get the hook and I get the pole. We going down to the quartet hole. Man, I thought that was I was in heaven when I heard that song, man. Which don't have anything to do with the blues.
It's because it was music that was actually recorded in the studio, and back then,
yeah.
it was a one take into a tin can.
Well, if you didn't get it the first take, you take it over again. You wasn't no overdub with,
So, Bob, can you talk a little bit about the difference, between recording? I'm not going to age you, but they just say 20 years ago, 30 years ago versus recording now.
You talking to me about that?
Yes, sir, Mr. Rush.
Oh yeah, but because 30 years ago, you had a song, you have some idea, you put it down. It either worked or it didn't work. Now you got the synth come in, you got the overdub. You can put one part down today, the next part next week, and ship it to New York to get the guitar player to play on it, and all kind of parts, and overdub, and do it till you get it right. I remember when I was sold back in 1975, I sold Teddy Pendergrass, cut one song 33 times till he got it right. Close the door 33 times. But now you can do a song piece by piece until you get it right. One time, when I first started recording Muddy Water and Hollow Whoop, we either got it right or you didn't get it right. Sometimes you did and sometimes you didn't. And then what you saw is what you got,
Kenny, real quick, what can you say something about the youth, about being open to learning from the OGs and that you can never know too much?
Oh yeah, man, 100%. I mean, my whole life I've been studying people, that came before me and that were much older than me because, they had the experience. And I like to be like a sponge, man. You can never stop learning. And so when I go in the studio and when I make music with somebody like Bobby, man, I'm just trying to soak up as much as I can because, you learn what you learn. You learn how to be amazing from experience, and he's the artist that he is because of the experience that he's had. And so I just knew at a very young age that all these people that are older than me learn things, through experience. And so they had the benefit of that. And I'm young and I don't have the benefit of that, but I can try and learn from somebody who's already been through it.
Mr. Rush, it seems like you learned a little bit from the young end too. How was that experience for you?
Man, I learned so much from people. I learned from young people, period, man, because I'm a good listener, man, because they bring the ideas to you, even they're wrong or right. But they say ideas, because you like writing a book, you can only write about what you know about. So these people bring the ideas to you, so you got to modify what they thinking in their mind and put it into your mind, what you're doing today, and hoping that you come up with something that the young people like and the old people like, And that's what this record is all about. What Kenny bring to the table and the old man like me bring to the table, put it together, you got young fashion ways. That's what you have. Your modification, bring it to the table. I often say in a lot of interviews, it's like almost like a toilet, back in the day you had the outhouse and what you do in them, you still do it today, but one of them in the day you had to smell real bad. Today the one smell real good, but you do the same thing in them. So musically, when you're doing music is the same. You do it well and you do it good. You're either good at it or you're not. And that's as simple as that, man, And Kenny play his guitar, he plays so well, but he's so perfected at what he do, and it just gets me to my heart, man, because he wanted to be right. And when he wanted to be right, when he get it right, he knew when it's right. And it takes a genius to do that. He is a genius player, man.
Kenny, you people talk about you. How is it collaborating with someone from your home state and bringing, to the masses something that's really close to your heart?
Yeah, well, I mean, look, this man is so talented, and yes, we both really love the hometown connection that we have, both being from Louisiana and coming from a similar area, but I'm proud that he trusted me, to do this with him, and I just think that, the fans are going to get a real treat when they listen to this record. And they, we're going out on tour. We're going to do some shows together. And me and Bobby are going to do some songs from this record. And I just think, it's an opportunity for something really special to happen. So I'm real proud of it.
Are you guys surprised about how popular this movie has become? And this song being a real, it gets played during the movie, which is pretty cool.
Well, I think it's it's in I think one of the opening scenes, and so it's good, man, because you never know. I mean, yeah, it's a great movie. Mark Wahlberg is obviously a huge movie star, and I think it debuted at #1 when the movie came out. So, maybe it'll turn some new people onto blues.
Yeah.
All right. So, guys, collaboration, it takes teamwork, right? Is this one of your favorite collaborations? And what have you learned from this teamwork that you've put together out?
I personally learned that this is not the end of the road, because I know on a production side, now he and I never talked about what I'm getting ready to say now, because he has this production mind as a producer. I know this what we've done is great, but we can do some better things, and if it's not better, some different things.
How about for you, Ken?
Yeah, man. I mean, look, I'm proud of what we've done, and but like he's saying, I think we may have just kind of scratched the surface, and we'll see how this goes. But we've already had a couple conversations about, if we do another record, we could do it like this, we could do it like that. There's really no limit to what we're capable of doing. We just gotta, make the opportunity happen to do it again. So we'll see how it goes.
Real quick, Kenny, I mean, we're in a generation, especially us younger folks, we have to be, just do everything, producing. We have to know a little bit about mixing, laying down tracks, the technology, the software. How do you lend yourself to all that genius, and how much time do you put into every little thing?
I think we give everything the amount of attention that it needs, I mean, this is serious business. We're making music. You put the music out, the music lasts forever. So you want to give it the right amount of attention and focus on it as much as it's necessary to make it, as good as it needs to be. So, but with technology makes things, some things easier, some things more challenging. Like the recording process there's a lot of things about making records that are easier because of modern technology. But then there's a lot more challenges and a lot more responsibilities, like putting a record out because of modern technology. You didn't used to have to do all this social media stuff. You didn't used to have to do this and that, but there's some pros and cons to all of it. I mean, you also can reach people more directly because of social media and stuff like that. So, the world of making records and making music is always changing, and you just got to be willing to change with it.
Mr. Rush, one final question. What advice you got there for young people? I mean, you're working with a really talented young man. I mean, that you're really spoiled, but what you got to say for the young blues artist, the guy that's just picking in his room right now?
Get your craft together and be good, and look in the mirror and tell the truth to yourself, and cultivate yourself, and be well and done in what you're doing, and be good at what you're doing, because if you're good at what you're doing, you'll succeed. But now you good, but you still have to find good people involved with you that know how to take you to the next level. That's what I'm doing now. And I missed it in my career when I was young. Not that I didn't know I didn't need it. I just couldn't find the person that I needed to do where I need to do and was in love with what I was doing. So I found someone now who understands what I'm doing, love what I'm doing. And I say now for Kenny, and I say he's a better producer than he think he is. And when I use the word think he is, because I think he takes it for granted sometimes, but I knew that the production is him. He's a good producer, because I saw what he did with this record and the things he brought to the table with this. I know he can take me or someone like me or other people and himself to another level.
Oh, wow. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. Looking forward to some new music and to see you on tour.
All right. Thank you very much.